Hello everyone, this is Teddy Keckstedt from Forex Trading Unlocked, and we are here with a plug for a book called High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns. Before we get into that plug, we just want to give you our disclaimer real quick to remind you that this video is for illustrative and educational purposes only, although it is a promotion for our book. So before you do that also, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forex Trading Unlocked, and now we will get into what the book is all about. High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle versions. So let's get to our live action screen. We have the Forex-Trading-Unlocked.com website pulled up, and if you go to our Products, Courses, and Services tab, you can pull up the High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns page, and on that page we have a video that you can watch that will describe the different patterns and methodologies and things that you'll learn in the book. We also have a little copy of the book on the web page here for High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, where you can either buy it or hear it, but first you can preview it and check it out. And then at the bottom of the page you can also join our email list and subscribe to that if you would like, and you can also find access to other parts of our website from this page as well. So one of the reasons you want to read this book is so you can learn how to trade these signals. Now if you look at the US dollar Swiss chart from recently, we had a bullish engulfing line buy signal that had occurred here back on November 9th. We also have today a buy signal forming. The trading a day is not over yet, but if this market settles where it's at or higher, that would complete either a piercing line or another bullish engulfing line buy signal. If you want to learn how to trade these buy and sell signals, then you go back, like I said, to our web page and access High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, preview it, and start learning on how you can actuate these actual trading signals. Now, ironically, Japanese candlestick patterns, which obviously come out of Japan, these methods have been used for over 400 years to trade the stock markets, Forex markets, currency markets, option markets, you name it. Well, recently, when we had back in November, we had a bullish engulfing line buy signal here that had stamped a nice low on a daily basis. And now we have today, we have another high probable Japanese candlestick pattern forming, but we have to wait for the close and for follow through. Now, if you want to learn how to apply these trading signals to either your system or to use our methodology, you read the book High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, and you'll be able to find out how to actuate these trades. Now, these signals, they occur often in many markets. They happen all the time. Just as you can see, just in the month alone of November, we had here in the US dollar yen trade, we already had a bullish engulfing line buy signal formed. We have another pattern forming here. We go back to the US dollar Swiss, and we have one forming again. And one of the nice things about knowing these signals, especially like on a day like today, when you have the US dollar Swiss and the US dollar Japanese yen forming signals at the same time, they're not always the same signal, like a bullish engulfing line or a in one market you have a bullish engulfing line, another one you have a piercing line. But when these all line up, that gives you a good sentiment about where, especially like the dollar would be going, because all the currencies are based off of the dollar. When you have a signal, say in the US dollar Swiss, the US dollar JPY, and then also say in the Euro US dollar, if you all have buy and sell signals where for the dollar or against the dollar, and they all line up on the same date or around the same date, well, that's usually a good indication of where dollar strength or weakness is, and you can use that for options plays, for spreads, for futures, as well as the outright Forex markets itself. These can also be used in stock markets and what have you as well, but especially in the currencies, they work fantastic because you don't necessarily have to be a yen trader or a Swiss trader or a pound trader or whatever you are. But if you are trading, let's say you're a Euro US dollar trader, and all of a sudden we have this US dollar buy signal for the Swiss, and you also have a sell signal in the pound, you have a buy signal in the US dollar yen, odds are that the Euro US dollar will be trading, in at least in the short run, if there's a dollar buy signal or sell signal, that will follow through with that. Learn more about that when you read the book. Or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forex Trading Unlocked, because we have videos that post all kinds of analysis on the daily and weekly basis, and whenever from the high probable Japanese candlestick pattern book that evolve, we usually highlight them in a short-term video, which you can find by subscribing to our Forex Trading Unlocked YouTube channel, and we have all kinds of them on there. And also, once again, check out the book High Probable Japanese. Hello everyone, this is Teddy Keckstedt from Forex Trading Unlocked, and we are here on January the 9th with a little Forex market, net market for the week of January 11th through the 15th coming up. So before we get into it, I just want to pull up our disclaimer real quick to remind you that this is for illustrative and educational purposes only. And also, before, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forex High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle versions. We're actually going to start off here at the Forex-Trading-Unlocked.com website. We have the workstation page pulled up already, and we have the Euro US dollar. It ended the week on our note. The dollar actually got a little bit of a bounce Thursday into Friday's trading. Right now we have a bearish engulfing line sell signal that was triggered on Thursday, and we had a nice little follow-through break that happened on Friday. As you can see, the short-term trend is very vertical. From the beginning of November to the beginning of January, we went from $1.16 all the way up to over $1.23 in the Euro US dollar currency cross. And it's quite the move. You're having a $7 range in just 2 months. That's very, very, very extreme. So, and what we have now is we had a higher move high that was set a few sessions ago. And then on Friday, we made a lower move low. So we have the sell signal from Thursday. Friday, we made this lower move low. Now, we didn't settle below $1.2215, so this can be our big direct. $18.74 down to $1.1882 as our target band to the downside. So right now, we have a little bit of a spark of bullishness. Now, remember, every time this market's pulled back a little bit off its highs, it grinds its way higher. So this market isn't a bull market. It's been overall making higher move highs and higher move lows. This is kind of an intraday thing, so we'll see how this carries through. If we continue to get follow through and especially get below this like $21.20 to $21.75 area, another sell-off like we had on Thursday and Friday, if we get that on Monday and into Tuesday, then that's probably a good indication that, well, besides a short-term turn, we have a good chance at pushing a nice size correction down towards this $1.18 level. Remember, it seems like a big move because, I mean, the Euro US dollar was trapped in a $5 range for over a year and a half. Now, with the advent of 2020, this thing's been swinging all over the place, and I think that this is just a sign of things to come. We could be getting set up for some other major trends, obviously, in the currencies this year. We have to wait for the U.S. inauguration and everything to get through in January, towards the end of January. Plus, we have to see how the lockdown measures in the UK and the EU are going to impact the economies over there, because it seems like it's starting to finally hit those things. All right, now let's look at the British pound US dollar. So we had a sell signal in the Euro US dollar on Thursday. The British pound started trading lower already a week ago. This one has been grinding lower. It's been a major bull versus the dollar for months now. The overall trend is not as severe as the euro. However, it's still pretty wide range. I mean, we have an upside breakout level of $1.3703. Back above here, we have higher move highs confirming the trend. As far as buying into the slide right now, I would wait for a valid signal because it looks like we are grinding this correction lower. But as you can see, this market, it'll spike down and it flies right back. So I don't know if the dollar has really turned yet. Once again, we have to see how things happen with the lockdown measures in the UK and also in the EU. And remember, I know that the Scottish issue with the UK is pretty much brushed under the rug, and I think it is pretty much that kind of a matter as well. But as long as it is still newsworthy, it's probably a little tension on the pound. And also, I think the argument's ridiculous because I don't see how Scotland would be able to maintain itself without the UK as a source of resources for one, especially financial ones. So right now we're a little bit bearish on this one in the short run, especially on the hourly in the short term, a couple days going into the new trading week. We'll see what happens. I think that if the euro US dollar continues its plunge, and if the dollar continues to maintain strength versus most other currencies, which remember the dollar's been beaten down for so long now, that we're going to have bounces. So right now we may be in one of them, and there's only been a 2-day bounce. In this case with the pound, it's been a 5-day bounce, but even still, it's grinding, it's holding. And it's trying to hold this support here. So is it going to flip back to the upside? We don't know. We'll see. We're waiting for a signal here. So let's look at the US dollar Swiss. Let's look at our flight to quality currency and see what's going on here. Well, interestingly enough, the dollar has had a nice rally versus the Swiss over the last 2 sessions, which ironically, because of the euro move, it's not typically where you're going to have an opposite reaction. That would be ironic if you had an opposite reaction in the Swiss. So this is kind of coinciding with the euro, as well as the little bit of heat that the pound is taking as well. So is this a bullish sign for the Swiss, US dollar Swiss? Probably not. I would say